with Noodles?
We did potatoes. It was loaded potatoes, but we based the idea on fast casual dining.
Okay.
So rather than offer just kind of cheap products with cheap ingredients, we used high quality ingredients and charged more for it. It was $6 a plate. But we wanted people in and out really quickly, and so it was the same kind of idea. Like you serve them standing up, and get them in and out of the line quickly. And it was sweet. Like when they started talking about like how many, they're bringing in like $3,000 a day. It just reminded me like how we had those daily goals, and we'd hit our high days like $700-800 days, and then at the end of the semester we were like, why are we not making more than that? Like, what do you got to do? And so we started marketing better, and then started a delivery service, and we pushed it up to like $1,200 in a day. And we're like, well, what's stopping us from there? So then we pushed it up to $1,500 a day, and then I think we got like $1,750 in a day on our last week,
Wow.
in like 3.5 hours. And then when we started running out of ingredient or stuff, and so it was cool. So it just was bringing back memories as I was reading the case. It was pretty cool.
That's cool. I'm doing IBC next semester.
It'll be fun, man. Are you gonna do food?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Is that a class?
Yeah, it's like 3 classes that you take.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you just basically run a business on campus for the semester, and then you just
Oh,
the classes are basically like going over. You just like meet with your group that you're in the business with, and you go over like financials.
Wait, you said it's 3 classes?
Yeah. So one's for like, one is like the accounting, and then one's for marketing, and the other one's like organization and stuff like that.
Oh, that's why I didn't do these. I took those classes at BYU, marketing and accounting, so that's why.
Yeah. It's sweet. Take advantage of the time when you get to go with your group camping. I feel like the other groups didn't do that, and so they didn't mesh as well when they started out, and that's pretty important to start, like from the get-go, start with a team.
Okay.
Because when we went, we had a lot of conflict because everybody wanted their idea to be the one we decided to go with.
Yeah.
Because each group, there's 3 different groups in your team that has 3 ideas. And then you have to settle with one idea. And so then you have 3 ideas when you go camping, and then everybody wants their idea because they've already invested, like 40 hours in their idea. And so there's like, I heard of one of the other IBC groups, like getting into a fist fight over it, like a lot of tension.
Seriously?
But like I don't know, one of our guys had like a ukulele, and like we played werewolf like every night. Like, I don't know, it was like, use that time to become a team.
How many days is it camping?
I don't remember. It's 2 or 3 days.
Camp.
Say hello to Emerald.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
Yeah. Hi.
Who are these people? So, Baden, did you already do IBC?
Yeah, I did it in winter semester.
Ooh, good job.
Okay.
So,
What did
I'm
you
with
do?
Devin. That camping time it set us up for success because we had tons of fun.
Yeah.
So, can you are you able to pick your groups there?
You're gonna take like a quiz online. They'll send you an email, and it'll just kind of determine. There you'll determine, if you want to do food or retail, and then they kind of just pick your groups from your quiz answers.
That sucks because 2 of my friends are doing IBC in the same like course as me.
Well, what we did, I had a friend who was doing it with me, and we just got on at the same time and took the quiz and answered the questions all the same. We got in the same group, so
That's what I'll do.
yeah.
Because we have a really
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
didn't
on or something, but no.
nobody else taking it.
my idea is, have you guys ever heard of oxygen bars?
Uh-huh.
I want to do that on campus.
Or oxygen bars.
So you just like have oxygen tanks and you pump like flavoring into it, and then you can like you just like breathe in oxygen. It's supposed to like help you for tests to like remember stuff and like have a clear mind.
That'd be pretty cool.
Go for it, dude.
It probably.
I wanted to do a dating service.
What was that?
I said I wanted to do a dating service. That was my idea.
But then you got married, or then you got engaged.
No, check it.
Really?
This was the idea. It was sweet. I wanted to I wanted to create a club. I wanted it to be a club filled with gentlemen. And so there were specific requirements, and like signing up was like a specific fee. It was like $40. But you get like a wooden bow tie or like something that was classy. And each week we would plan dates. And so as you're a part of the club, you're invited to come. And so we would plan these elaborate dates. And so every guy is invited who's part of it. But if you're not part of the club, you're not invited to the dates. And so they get to bring a date, and whatever's planned, you know, you have this elaborate date. Like we'd, I don't know, like set up tables out in the middle of a field and like have like a dining experience. I don't know, like those are kind of my ideas. And but have this club, the League of Gentlemen, like
That sounds,
kind of a thing.
that sounds
And then you X people if they don't live up to standards. You let the girls rate the guys. And so if they're like, no, he was a pig, like he tried to like make out with me and I didn't want to, then you can like kick him out of the group. It's like, you're not allowed to. Yep.
Sweet.
That was my idea, but it didn't work.
Gentlemen's club. That probably just didn't ring well with our board.
I know. But it was a great idea, I think.
I would have done.
That would have been sweet if you could have done that.
I know, right? So, and I felt like it would have been cool because, like, it could have been like one of those fads where it's like, this is a guy with a wooden bow tie. And it's like, wait, there are lots of guys with wooden bow ties, and I don't know, like requirement is you have to dress like classy in order to take the girl on a date. Like you have to open the doors. Like there are rules. I don't know. I just thought it would be cool.
That'd be fun. That'd be a cool idea.
All right, let's do this.
Sounds good.
Hey.
Sweet.
All
Okay.
right. So, what made Noodles and Company an attractive opportunity for Aaron Kennedy?
Just the growing, like casual dining, fast casual dining, that was getting really popular, or was growing.
Yeah, and in addition, they went from 3 restaurants in '97, and 5 years later they went to 58 restaurants and went from $1.6 million in revenue to $50 million in revenue in just 5 years, and that's huge.
That's
And I also think it was the broad customer base, just because it was, Noodles being the essence of the company, and that resonates to every walk of life.
yeah. Cool.
Sweet. So, what caused the company's early struggles? Why do you think so? So, when I was reading, it seemed like their main struggles was like their real estate. They didn't really have the prime locations. Yeah, and they're just a brand new company, so every brand new company has struggles. But Yeah, they had to work out some kinks in their seating system because the food was coming out cold, and they got some bad reviews, so that was bad. But they were able to overcome that pretty quick. So
It's just like what you and then what Jackson was saying. They grew really fast, and so it'd be hard to grow something that fast, have that much volume, and know exactly what to do in all of those situations.
I think it
trying
was
to figure out what
a
to do with
structure issue.
capital and stuff. What were you saying, Devin?
I said I think it was just structure issues. Like that's that's what you're saying, but I think once they figured out the structure and the organization of it, they were able to just like blow it out of the park.
Yeah, they found
But I mean,
like
it's
a
just
mix
new company issues.
because it's just like noodles are super cheap to make. The fast casual dining was like, really up and coming. But like every type, you can do like, Asian style noodles. You can do like Italian pasta, which is like everything they did. And it's way cheaper than eating out, but still fancier than fast food. So
Yeah, and going along with that, they spoke about how noodles are from different parts of the world, and so they could, I guess, culturize the menu to have several different types of noodles, from Americanized to Italian to Asian, etc. So
All right.
sweet. So what role should franchising play in the company's growth?
Well, like I've kind of just got the feeling that they really wanted to grow a lot. Like that was their main goal, is just to have more restaurants. And I think it said by franchising it would reduce the costs, the capital requirement to 25 million from 80 million. And so, I mean, capital that, they either don't have to go out and earn or get from investors. So I think it could really help them grow and reach that goal.
Yeah, I agree.
I also think that with franchising, like they've got the system in place now. Like opening is not like they know how to do it, and so that's the hardest part of franchising, is having a system that works. And because they've got it set, that I think franchising would be. It just, I mean, like you were saying, it just takes off the capital weight of the decision, and then you can just pump them out and really spread the company. So
Yeah, and I think franchising is like kind of a lower. It's just like a low risk because you don't really have to pay that much, considering all the costs of owning all of your own restaurants, having to get capital to fund all of that. That's a bigger risk if you want to expand really quick. It's a lot more money. Franchising, you can still grow super quick, like you're saying, but without all that risk of capital and debt and everything. Yeah, just like seemed like their only concern with franchising was change the culture of their employees and wouldn't be as motivated and stuff like that, but they can find ways around that. So what are the specific advantages and disadvantages of the franchising model for Noodles, including the financial, economic, and organizational consequences?
it says to help make a choice. It says to basically calculate the total profits under a franchise scenario and a company-owned scenario. And I'm trying to do that right now, but
I did that. I did it earlier.
oh, you did?
Yeah. I didn't have very much homework. Here. There's one part where I think I messed up. So under the company-owned store, I just went to the income statement and then took the net income and divided that by the number of stores and used that just like as the average net income per store. And then as the company stores increased, I just timesed it by the average net income per store. That might be wrong, but
Did you do the same with the under the franchise?
yeah, so with the franchise, I took that same net income, but then I took, in the case it said that if they franchise, 50% of the new stores will be company owned, 50% will be franchises. And then in there, it might have been in there, but I couldn't find the exact data on how much they earn from a franchise. So there's one spot where it talked about, I think it was Applebee's or something. It was at the bottom of the case. They charge 5% of revenues and then like a $35,000, what was the fee called?
Development.
Yeah, development fee. And so for each new store, I times each new store for that year by the development fee and then took the revenues. So that's where I messed up. I timesed it the 5% by the net income instead of by the revenues. So I can try and do that real quick.
How much was the fee?
35,000.
That was
Okay.
an example, though.
Yeah. Was there another number in there?
No, it didn't. They didn't ever say how much they were going to charge for franchising. But I calculated that as well. I just used the numbers that you were using.
Mm-hmm.
Let me open it up. So are we calculating this for 300 restaurants or?
Yeah. So let's see. Like each year there's a different number of franchise stores. I got in the end of 2006 there'd be 179 company owned stores and 121 franchise stores.
Okay.
I would give them the goal of 300.
So
You
120.
said 175?
What?
You said 175 and 125?
179 and 121.
Sorry.
So they'd get about 4 million for 121. For the fees, for the development fee, 121 locations that are franchised, they'd get like 4.2 million just off of the fees. And then hey, Baden, so what did you get for profits if there was 121 franchise locations? How much would those locations make profit or revenue? Actually, yeah, revenue.
Oh, I think I just messed up my spreadsheet. Yeah, I just messed it up. Never, because like I said, I did it with net income. I didn't do it with revenue. But it should just be for 121. We're going at 5%. $5 million.
When we're talking about revenue, we're using Exhibit 1.
Yeah, I'm just going off the sheet that what I did is I went sales divided by number of units, so that gave me the average like revenue per store. So then I timed.
And in 2002, that's where we're 121, right?
No, in 2002 there were 58 stores.
Oh, so we're dividing that by 58
The 550 million.
sales.
Yeah, by 58, and then that gives the average per store.
Gotcha.
And then I just went that times 121 times 5%, and that gave me 5 million, I think, in revenue, which doesn't sound right. Oh, no, that's right, because
Okay. Equal. This. %. Okay. Let's see. I got did I do that right? I got 2.5 million per store.
per store.
Yeah. Did you get average revenue per store at 862?
Yeah.
862,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do $35,000 base fee, development fee,
Oh,
plus the 5% of that 862.
I would
Wait, how's that?
I would separate the base fee, because the base fee they only pay once, I believe.
Okay. Do that. That's how am I doing that?
So the franchise locations, they pay a 5% royalty in revenue. Everything else they get a keep. for that location.
What was that?
So when they pay the royalty revenue,
Mm-hmm.
or like 5% per se, everything else they get to keep for that specific location.
I think so. So like the location keeps 95%. Is that what you're saying? I think.
Okay.
So yeah, they send 5% of the revenue to the
Right.
corporate or whatever.
But does that really cost corporate anything to, because it seems like all the costs would be paid by that location since it's owned by, a specific guy. So that way they're just getting basically like 5% revenue for free,
That's what it seems like.
or at least a very
Yeah,
low
I think.
cost.
Yeah,
And you just get a pocket that revenue.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the idea behind franchising.
Yeah.
Let somebody else do the work for you.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, so I got 78,000. That's with the development fee
Per store.
and the 5% revenue. Yeah.
I do not figure out.
So I did development fee plus, then I did the 5% times the revenue per store, which is
Okay.
862.3.
Yeah, I got 78. You said 78, right?
So,
Hey, Devin, what did you say you did? You did the development fee plus the revenue.
Well, I put it in parentheses, but I did the revenue per store, which is our 862,000, and then I multiplied that by 5%. So that gives you, 40,000 ish.
If you want, I can show you guys my spreadsheet.
You what?
yeah, sure.
I can show you my spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
Is it coming in clear? It looks super blurry on my small
A
screen.
little blurry.
It's clear for me.
So right here, this is how much they make just in profits from each of the stores if the company owns stores. And I just use that using the average per store times the number of stores that they own. And then the profit from the franchise stores, that's just 5% of the sales revenue for all the stores. And then this development fee is just the development fee times the number of new stores that year.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the total.
Did you get what was the total on that? Is that 9,400,000?
Right. No, I got 9,109,000.
Okay, I got 9,004,500.
I got 9.3 million.
Maybe the difference is in the number of stores that we have.
What are you using?
I'm using, up here there are the numbers, but I think they are not all whole numbers in my spreadsheet.
Oh,
Because like we were supposed to start with 58 stores and then they add these numbers, but these numbers didn't add up to 300. So I had to put 101 on the last year.
gotcha.
Well,
Okay.
sounds like it'll be around 9 million then for
Yeah.
to do 120.
We're all close.
Yeah. Okay.
So how much in profit would they be getting from the rest of the stores? You guys know?
It looks like a little over 9 million with 121 stores is my calculation.
No, I mean for the company-owned stores, for like the 179 company-owned. So we just
Um,
so you took the Baden, you had the average profit per store. So we multiply that by 179.
mhm.
See what that is.
That's 154 million.
Maybe we should do that by the revenue actually.
What's that? Do revenue per store, right?
Yeah, so we go back into the case because what we were just doing for the franchised ones was the revenue.
But we were doing the revenue because you determine the amount that they get, that they pay the store from the revenue.
Okay.
And so then
Oh,
that money comes in,
so
and
we're
that's,
saying go to profit.
yeah. If we're looking at what the profit's going to be from the store.
Okay. So that would be 2 million.
Yeah. I think that's right.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? I think franchising is a good idea.
Yeah. They make
Just
quite a
have to
bit of
hire a couple of new guys
Yeah, I think
to
so.
find locations and find owners for the stuff. Yeah, for all the new restaurants.
Yeah.
But it seems like they had a lot of interest.
Yep. Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Maybe I'll buy my own noodles and company.
Do it, dude.
I think there's one in Idaho.
Yeah, so
You guys ever eaten one?
My dad
Yeah,
was
my wife loves Noodles and Co, so we go quite often.
Really? I've never been. It makes me want to go.
I get the Wisconsin four cheese mac and cheese. It's yummy.
Nice.
My dad went and he said he threw away his meal. He just couldn't finish it. He didn't like it at all.
Really?
Maybe it's just a bad
Bad.
bad location.
yeah, the experience was limp.
That is in the case. Limp noodle.
Sweet.
Okay. Well, what else do we need?
So we kind of talked about the advantages of the franchising. Do you think there are any disadvantages besides
Yeah.
the
Like you said, Adam, having to hire all those people.
yeah.
And then also upkeep of your image. That's the thing. I mean, just like you were saying about your dad throwing it away, like if you've got people who
Oh man.
a few franchises that don't take care of the store or aren't clean or whatever, then paints your name as a company. So that's the thing that I would be most worried about.
Yeah, I think they just need to stay focused on keeping the employees motivated because at a food like a restaurant job where you're making hourly wage. It's hard to keep employees motivated, but it seemed like they had a really good incentive um, incentive plan where like all the employees were motivated to get bonuses if they hit their sales records. They get bonuses if they get good reviews like 2 times in a row. They get bonuses, and so even like all the kids that was their first job, they didn't want them to leave Noodles and Company because they felt important. So if they can maintain that, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think the biggest disadvantage of franchising is just the fact that it's not unified. Like, franchise is its own business, and you can't control them like you can control like employees. And so a lot of like an example of that is like if you wanted to standardize something or like innovate something, it would take a lot longer to do that with all the franchise stores rather than if you were just the sole owner of all the stores, because you'd have to get everyone on board, and it would just, it's just,
Yeah,
I could see how that would cost time and money, and
it's like I remember this one time. So Jimmy John's is all like franchised, I think. So some locations will give out like certain deals on coupons, and then like particular owners of any Jimmy John's can just say that they don't want to do that, which is super annoying.
Yeah.
Because I've like went to Jimmy John's
It's
before,
only allowed at these locations.
Yeah, I hate that.
No soup for you.
So is that it?
That's it.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, guys.
Cool. Good work.
Easy one.
So then we also have a case due on Monday as well.
Yeah.
The Progreso Financiero. All right.
Interesting.
Okay,
Sweet.
so Friday at 4 then, right? 4:15.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
see you guys then.
See ya.
See you, brother.